Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television GPTV. It's Wednesday, which means it's brand new comic book day. New comics are in the shelves all across the world. You can get them digitally, you can get them physically, you can get them any way you want. It's new comic book day. In my hands is one of the numerous trades and graphic novels out there. This is Batman and the Signal. So this is by Scott Snyder and Tony Patrick. It's got art by Cully, Hamner, Declan, Shalvey, and Fracesco, Francavilla. It includes Batman and the Signal number 1 through 3 as stories, Roll Call from the New Talent Showcase to 2017 number 1, and The Cursed Wheel from All-Star Batman 1 through 4 and 6 through 9. Basically, this is Duke Thomas, aka the Signal, stepping out into the light from the dark. Really interesting concept. It's one, unfortunately, which is not a fan of. I should first say, I'm a fan of Duke Thomas. I actually think he's a really interesting character with tons of potential. I like the idea of having the light to Batman's dark without it being Robin. I should back up in that Duke Thomas basically has a whole bunch of history. His parents wound up getting sick through Joker stuff. Batman takes him under his wing. You think he's being groomed to be the new Robin. At some point, kind of leads a bunch of teenage kids and the We Are Robins with Robin War. He went and trained under Batman. Basically, super smart. We learn this truth about him that he's metahuman, and there's this whole thing about him and other metahumans, and he gets the nickname The Signal, which I still think is one of the dumbest code names ever. And still, there's things I like. You can see it in the costume. He's basically the complete opposite of Batman, where Batman's dark, he's light, he's got lots of yellow, Batman doesn't. He has a little black, where Batman doesn't. His Batman symbol is white, compares to black. He is the polar opposite. He's the light to Batman's dark. Done so much more blatantly than Robin. And basically, someone needs to watch Gotham during the day. Now, we've seen metahumans have been unleashed throughout the world. They're attacking Gotham. Someone needs to stand out during the day, stand up against them. That's kind of Duke and the Signal's thing. And for me, it really doesn't work. So basically, someone's been given metahuman powers to teenagers. Duke's got to go figure it out. And then at the end, the Bat family comes in to help save the day. And that's the way I'm going to describe it. The story falls flat. I think there was tons of potential with this. It doesn't quite work for me. One sets up Duke being his own person, never quite pays off on that, especially towards the end when the other Bat characters have to come in. It just doesn't click. It's hard to describe with something when you read it and you just don't enjoy it. But I could probably list off a whole bunch of this. One, there's the bad guys don't quite work for me. It all seems to be weirdly tied into him. Everything seems to revolve around him. What's going on with him, I don't think ever is clearly laid out in a good way. It's him being standing out on his own never quite happens. There's a whole bunch of side characters that are kind of thrown in there that never quite stand out on their own, and it's just feel extraneous. While it has this great metaphor, really the great juxtaposition of Duke's light to Batman's dark, I don't think it plays off of that well enough, and then the couple times that it really is brought up, it just feels like it's thrown out there of hey, remember, we were going to play with this. So it's just, it feels like the side miniseries to an event, and that miniseries is kind of thrown off to not be really taken serious and more of a cash-in. Not saying this is, because it really does move Duke's character along. It just never quite pays off. It's just, I don't know how else to describe it. It's just, it doesn't work for me. It's not working for me, dog. To quote someone, it's just not doing it for me, dog. The art's good. I dig the art. That's not the issue at all. There's some cool stuff in there. This is from The Cursed Wheel. That's some all-star Batman work right there. Let's go with some of the other art. Let's see if I can find it. This is the Francesco Francavilla stuff, which I think was actually some of the best work out of this. And then, let's see if I can get this is the main story. We'll go with this as the main story. You can see with that, if the art in the main story itself doesn't quite work for me either. Yeah, it really just comes down to it, like, it doesn't click. I hate to say it, just doesn't work for me. As far as extras, there is a lot of extras. There's tons of character designs, which are cool. You can check out some of that. I think that part is great. You can see some of the sketches. That's really neat. I do dig that aspect. I would love to just see more books being released of that sort of work without having to get trade paperbacks or even just extras online. That's what you should be doing in this industry. You should be having codes not just for the extras of the comics, but actually have the process and stuff like that, like director's cut, DVD extra sort of thing. That's what you should be doing as bonus stuff. That would be really, really cool. But that's a whole other topic. So, as I said, like, unless you're a diehard Duke Thomas fan, unless you're a diehard Batman fan, the good out of this is basically get 3 stories that you could read and just read. So there's a decent amount packed in here for $16.99. Quality's kind of all over the place. Some of it's better than others. That's where I'm at. So I can't quite recommend this. It's a little disappointing. The main draw, the actual story of Batman and the Signal falls flat. The other stuff's good, just that main story falls flat for me. So you can go get this, and even after that, if you want this, you can go get this in comic shops today. We've got a link beneath this video that is, you put in your zip code, it'll tell you if the shop's near you. If there's no shop, we have affiliate links. They are affiliate links, so we do get a small percentage of that. By doing that, you help support our site. Speaking of support, I want to thank DC's for hooking us up with review copies, as always. Appreciate it. And thank you for watching. Without you, there's not really tons of reason to be doing these videos, so thank you for watching. If you're into DC, if you're into Batman, if you're into comic books in general, you can check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. So until next time, keep reading those comics and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.